everybody, it's Bean and Bagel. My husband and I are from the Midwest. He's from Michigan and I'm from Minnesota. Together we post mostly food-related videos here on our channel, and we post videos once or twice a week. If you'd like to subscribe, we would love to have you. Today we are back with another video in our series going through the Us Journal. So we're not talking about food today, we're talking about relationship stuff. And if you have not seen the first videos in this series, you can go check those out. We do explain a little bit why we're going through the series and how we'll be going through the book. So go and check those out if you haven't. But other than that, let's get into the questions for today.
All right, so we are on page 12 today. And the first question is a true and false question. And it says, having sex and making love are two different things. True or false?
So I would say true. Those are definitely two different things. And if you don't understand that, then you got some problems, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's true. I think making love is, I don't know, it just has a deeper meaning than just having sex. So the next question is, it's possible to gradually grow attracted to a mate you're not attracted to. True or false?
Well, I would definitely say true. I think it is possible for attraction to grow over time. I think that the more that you get to know someone on a deeper level, you know, intellectually, spiritually, just who they are, their heart and soul. I think that attraction can definitely grow if you're attracted to those parts of them. Then they will become more attractive, like physically. So I think it is possible that it can grow over time. And yeah, it's not like your attraction level would stay the same forever. I don't think it's that kind of a thing. It's more something that can ebb and flow and those kind of things. So yeah, that's my answer.
Weren't you unattracted to me initially and then?
No. So what he's referring to, I was always attracted to him from the beginning, but my thing was more of like, I would usually go for more like dark-haired guys, like just a different look than he is. But it wasn't that I wasn't attracted to you. It was more just like, oh, you're not like typically what I would go for. But I always thought you were attractive. Don't worry.
So I was like an attractive blonde.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was always attracted to her. I didn't have to work out anything. So for me, I think it's also true. But I think it could take some time. Because I don't know, some people are more quality people than others. So if they're not that attractive to me, then I'll probably be more attracted quicker to someone who's a more quality person in my eyes, if that makes sense. But I also think that overall, so I'm going to say this, I think men get a bad rap. Like a lot of times they are judged for only seeing women for the way they appear. And I've known a lot of men in my life and had a lot of friends, had a lot of deep conversations with men. And I don't think every man is like that. I do think that some are willing to take their time, and if they're not initially attracted to someone, get to know them and work it out. But I'm also a believer that it's harder for men. So I will say that.
Yeah.
Where I kind of see us like cats in a way that's chasing a flashlight, you know, and the little light's like going around. But like as the light gets dim, the cat really can't see the light. So like it doesn't mean the light isn't there. It's just that, you know, some lights are brighter than others. Like meaning like physical attraction. So like you might be seeing someone that's attractive and you're like, holy crap, like that's an attractive person. And then there might be other people that walk in the room and you just don't really notice them right away. But then like as you get closer to them, even though the light is kind of dim, you're like, wow, like this person's actually a bright light. you know?
You mean dim, not in there mentally.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that is true, though, that women kind of do. I feel like women give people a little bit more of a chance, like, based on personality. Not all women, than men. Like, yeah. So I agree, basically, with your men are like the cats that are chasing, like, the shiny, bright thing at times. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so the third and final one that we're going to do today, it says, good relationships are just about aligning your quirks and flaws with someone else's. True or false?
I would say false. I think aligning your quirks and flaws, like, to me, that means, like, you're looking for someone that has very similar quirks and flaws to what you have. And I don't always feel like that's the best way to go, because I think that if you have the same quirks and flaws, like, you're not going to be very balanced in your relationship, and you're not going to have that person that, like, evens you out or balances you out. So I think when it comes to, like, having a relationship that's a little bit more healthy and balanced, like, it's probably better that you don't have the exact same things of your quirks and flaws, because, like, I think you'll just learn from each other and help each other grow more when you're not exactly the same type of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I would say false.
I'm kind of torn because I think it's true and false, but I think my final answer will be false. Because, like, a quirk, you know, I think, like, when people have the same flaws and quirks, they can be more sympathetic or empathetic, a little bit more understanding, a little bit more patient. You know, I can understand, like, if I had the same flaw as someone else, then it would, I remember how much time it took for me to go through that, or I understand how much time, you know, how much time I struggled with that, or whatever. You know, like, but if your quirk is, like, you know, you both don't like the vacuum or something, like, that could be a good thing. You could have the same quirk and you're just like, hey, that works in our house. So versus, like,
excuse me,
versus, like, gesundheit. Versus if your flaw is, like, I don't know, murder, that might not be a good flaw to share with someone, because you might be looking over your shoulder all the time. Although I don't really think you want to marry anybody that has that flaw, because even if you don't, you still might be looking over your shoulder. So just avoid people who struggle with murder. But I think you get my point. So I think my final answer is going to be false, because I think good relationships are more about someone that rounds you out versus what flaws they share. But I think it is a strength to share flaws with people. Yeah. So that's all we have for today. What do you think? Do you agree with what we've said? Do you have a different opinion? We're interested to hear it. Feel free to put it down in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us.